Hi, Leo. Welcome to your reading. This is for August 16th through the 22nd. So it is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. If this one doesn't resonate, guys, definitely check out those other placements. So we're going to get into your recent past, your current energy, and the possible future, as well as clarify that. And then we're going to get into your person's energy, your energy, the possible outcome, and the romance angels and oracle cards. So this is a general reading. It may not resonate for everyone who watches. I do want to say a huge thank you to everyone who is returning. Thank you so much for all of your support. And if you're new, I hope you'll stay. I also do personal readings, and that information is in the description box below. All right, so let's get started. There was a little bit of a sense of anxiety, and then I've got the Five of Swords in reverse as the first card. So I'm going to shuffle one more time, cut the cards, and see what's going on for you guys. This is for Leo. So in the recent past, the Five of Swords in reverse with the Knight of Swords in reverse. And then the Four of Swords. In your current energy, we have the Eight of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, and the Two of Wands. In the near future, we have the Magician, the Six of Cups in reverse, and the Temperance card. And then your overall energy is the Queen of Wands. So for this particular week, it feels like you may be pulling back just a little bit. There's something that feels not necessarily off balance, but you just may not feel like yourself. When she's in the upright, she's feeling really confident. She's feeling good about the way she looks. It's a very sensuous card. So maybe you just need a break. When I say this, it doesn't mean that there's necessarily an insecurity. Maybe something popped up. This could be for male or female. And you just don't feel quite like you want to maybe even be out in public right now. Sometimes we just need to withdraw our energy and restore ourselves. So there may just be a need for that for the time being. Let's see what's going on in your recent past. So with the Five of Swords in reverse, with the Knight of Swords in reverse, and the Four of Swords. So there's a feeling of wanting to get clarity around something, and I just don't feel like you're going to get it. Unfortunately, whoever's energy this is that I'm picking up on, I think they feel like there might be a bit of an argument if they come towards you and speak their truth. Not because you're argumentative, but it's almost like they have a fear of approaching you. It's like they get so much in their head that they get their tongue twisted and they don't know how to be really clear about what they're thinking. There feels like a sense of they can't win. And again, it's not because necessarily your energy, they're projecting something onto you. It's like they don't get their way and they're angry about it. So they have a fear of approaching the situation. It's almost as if they just can't agree to disagree, or they need to always be right, something of that sort. So this could be a romantic energy. It could also just be a friend energy. It could be family members as well. I'm picking up a lot of different things for different people. So we'll clarify that in just a moment and see. Now, in your current energy, we have the Eight of Pentacles with the Ten of Pentacles in reverse and the Two of Wands. There's a sense of I'm working so hard, but I don't feel like I'm getting anywhere. And sort of a frustration around not being able to see the future. And I know this is a frustrating energy for anyone, but what I want to tell you is this is when your faith is being tested. So if for some reason you feel like there's a sense of fear that I'm picking up on, like an anxiety, like I said before I started the reading. So it feels as though your angst and anxiety, which is why I feel like the Queen of Wands is in reverse. Again, it doesn't matter if you're male or female. This is just saying you're working really hard, but it doesn't feel like it's paying off. So could it be in a relationship? Absolutely. It could also just be that you've been busting your butt at work and you don't feel like there's a payoff there. So a part of you is not sure that you want to continue to move forward with this job. So there may be a need to take a step back and ask yourself, what are you really passionate about? Because that's another thing with the Queen of Wands in reverse. She's lost passion for something. So whether you've lost the passion for a person, a relationship, or you've lost it in your job situation, it's definitely going to be coming up to your conscious. In other words, if it's been in the back of your mind, but you haven't really taken the time to think about it thoroughly. I feel like the energy is coming up that's going to kind of push you in that direction to figure it out. Because with the Six of Pentacles in reverse, there's an imbalance. Something doesn't feel right. If you're not balanced energetically, then this is going to feel even worse than it did before. So other factors may be at play as well. You could feel like there's something that you want moving forward. Now, the Four of Cups in reverse could say there was possibly a missed opportunity. Something could have come your way. Maybe you're questioning whether you should have taken a different opportunity or a different path with a person. And I think at this point, you don't want to go back and forth. You just need to make a decision about which way to go. Either you're going to stick with it and see if it pays off, meaning a relationship as well, excuse me, or you're going to push forward. Now, the Page of Wands comes up after that. I will always draw from the cards if I feel like they fit the story. And in this case, it does feel like it fits. The Page of Wands is about finding a passionate new beginning. So go back to when you felt really good. So if this isn't a relationship and you felt that original feeling, that's the kind of emotion that you want to refeel. If things aren't working out in a partnership, then they're saying, get passionate again. How have you changed and how are you wanting to move forward if this doesn't work for you anymore? And that can apply to both the relationship and the job. All right, so we'll clarify that in just a second. Let's look into your near future. We have the Magician with the Six of Cups in reverse and the Temperance card. Now, some of you may or may not, and I get it. No, a lot of people don't want the past. I get comments about that all the time. Screw the past, fuck the past, whatever. I get that. But in this case, I feel like some of you may have been very patient, wanting or hoping for somebody to come back. And in the near future, I think you're going to realize that as you've waited, it's not going to happen. And it's time to release that energy. So if that's not the case for you, then this would say to me, again, that there's an imbalance somewhere and there needs to be a revisit about whether you want to continue in your current situation. All right, so let's get the clarifiers for you. Let me straighten those out. All right, so let's look at the Five of Swords with the King of Swords in reverse. I'm sorry, the Knight of Swords in reverse. This is for Leo. So we have the Seven of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, and the Strength card. And there you are. You're showing up in your own reading. And then the Six of Cups in reverse. So there's something... All right. What I sense is there's an energy around somebody who... Two things. Either this is a boss that you have respect for and you feel is pretty fair. And that's part of the reason why you've waited and you've put in the work and you've continued to wait to see if things are going to go somewhere. That's you being very strong, being patient, hoping for the best. Your energy's looking towards this person. So a part of me feels like you were seeing this, or maybe you had, and I hate to say this, but sometimes we do. We create our own idea of what we think somebody is. So you may have put this person on a pedestal. You may have thought, oh, they're so stable. They're great. I like their energy. And you just keep holding on. But it's like, how long do you have to wait for that to actually be? So if there's two different scenarios. If this is somebody who can't come in and speak their truth, that is afraid of an argument, that could be one energy. And this could be somebody else, like a boss that you need to have a conversation with and you just haven't done it yet because you're afraid that it might create some kind of an issue. Now, if this is a partner, this feels like a separate energy from something you've dealt with before. This feels like maybe a new energy that you've met, meaning within the last year or so, and they seem to be the type of person you might want. It does feel like there's a waiting energy, though. Maybe you're waiting on them to finish out some cycle in their life. Whatever it may be, I just feel a sense of angst and anxiety around waiting on that. Okay, so let's clarify the Knight of Swords with the Four of Swords and see what that combination gives us. This is for Leo. So we have the Knight of Cups with the Four of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. This is a very clear message. So the world says that there is a cycle clearly closing out. And I think that you've probably recognized that there's been signs that this has to shut down and be closed out. And the reason is because there's a new energy. And there's, whether it's come to you or not, the energy is there. If you're on different timelines, this person's going to show up at different times for everyone. You could have met them in the recent past, or the energy's still working its way towards you as you close out this cycle. Now, the Four of Cups is saying to me, you don't want to miss this opportunity when this person comes along, because this one is somebody who's stable emotionally. They don't move too fast. They're eager, but they don't move too quickly. And they know how to show emotion. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles, which is all about a brand new beginning. Now, if this is a work situation, you could have somebody who cares about you mention that there's an opportunity that they saw that would fit you perfectly. So they want you to be clear not to miss that. With the Four of Cups in reverse, twice now we're seeing you don't want to miss an opportunity. This is a beautiful new opportunity. So make sure that you keep your eyes open. Even though this was the recent past and it could have already happened for you, it doesn't mean that it has passed so far that you can't possibly still get this opportunity. I keep saying opportunity, but you know what I'm saying. That it won't show up for you. All right. So the Eight of Pentacles with the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. This is for Leo. All right, so we have the Queen of Pentacles, which is beautiful energy, with the Knight of Swords, and then we have the Three of Swords in reverse. And that Six of Cups in reverse keeps wanting to pop up. If you are still dealing with any kind of emotions about a past energy, that's why it's showing up. Doesn't mean that you want them, but I have a feeling there is somebody that wants to come towards you and let you know that they are sorry. If you don't want to hear from them, cool. There is a possibility that this person has something to say. They see you as the Queen of Pentacles. Whether they verbalize that or not, they see you as somebody who's very stable and strong and poised, all of those things. Male or female, it doesn't matter. They have something that they want to say. There's some clarity that they feel they need to give you around either having you in a third-party situation or hurting you in some way, and understanding that you had put the work into this situation and there was never the right outcome with the Ten of Pentacles, and then you ended up not being able to see the future with it. So this person views you as very, very, very stable. All right, so let's see what the Ten of Pentacles in reverse with the Two of Wands in reverse. All right, so we have the Nine of Swords, and then the World card popped out. See, this is what I feel like you're closing out with the Ace of Swords. You need, in reverse, you need to make a decision, is what Spirit's basically pushing you. Obviously, this created a lot of angst for you. This is not something that you want to keep holding on to. I'm sure that you're having some kind of an internal battle about it. Maybe you still care for them. Maybe you don't. Either way, if this energy is still there with you, there's a need to really figure that out so that you can move forward. Because if it didn't work out, it wasn't meant for you. And that's hard to hear when you care about somebody. But when it's not meant for you, a bunch of different things will keep happening until that person is basically wiped from your life. And I hate to see anybody continue to go through any kind of pain because they love someone so deeply or they feel they're so connected. It's not worth it. What's meant for you, that's good for you, will show up. When you close out these difficult cycles with people who have done you dirty, then new ones come in. Now, the question is, have you learned the lesson? Because if you haven't learned the lessons, yes, people will still, unfortunately, show up in your world to reflect back to you what you haven't learned. So if they were someone who cheated all the time and you didn't learn and you don't see the red flags in those relationships, then yes, unfortunately, something like that could show back up to test you, to make sure that you've learned, hey, this is the red flag that you got last time. Are you going to pay attention this time? Because we don't want you to end up in the same situation, but we want to make sure that you get it. All right, so let's look at the Magician with the Six of Cups in reverse. Leo. All right, we've got, so the Six of Wands in reverse, the High Priestess, and the Lovers in reverse with the Ten of Cups. So where you thought there was going to be this happy ending or eventually a future, this is saying that things didn't work out. But that's because you used your intuition and you closed it out. So for those of you who have, I want to say that's amazing, because what's coming for you now is somebody who has love to give, who isn't going to put you in that type of a situation. This is the most important point of this series of cards, because you're manifesting from a place of your intuition. In other words, I understand now when somebody shows up a certain way, I trust my intuition. I see those red flags. I recognize when somebody is manipulative. I know if something's just off. So that's good energy, because Spirit's confirming for you that where things didn't work out, clearly your intuition was needed and you used it. Now, the Ten of Cups does mean to me two things. One, where you may have thought that this particular relationship or job was going to work out. And maybe at one point it was extremely happy. But in the future, you're going to find that love or job that's going to fulfill you completely. And that's what's important. The Ten of Cups is the highest. The wish fulfillment is the 9. And then we get to the 10. And that's really feeling good in a relationship or in a job. Okay, so what Spirit's asking you to do is be patient with yourself with the Temperance card. Okay, Six of Cups in reverse with Temperance. We have the Knight of Wands, the Eight of Wands, and then the Emperor card, Judgment in reverse. So this is going to be someone at first that you may not trust. Okay, very passionate, doesn't move too quickly, but is sure of themselves. With the Eight of Wands, has no problem communicating clearly. So you may have already met this person. And then the Emperor. And we have someone who is strong-minded, probably could be a little bit bossy at times. If you're dealing with a boss, obviously that yes. But this person has a relationship or passionate, in other words, a partner, not necessarily a boss, because a boss is not going to be someone, hopefully, well, they could be. That was a slip. So somebody may have gotten involved with a boss. No judgment here. If you did, this person's very passionate about you and clearly wants to communicate with you. But with the Emperor, this is somebody who's strong and knows who they are and really wants to speak their truth, tell you how they feel. And they aren't hesitant about moving forward. They don't have relationship issues. This is somebody who's already done the work, whether it be conscious or subconscious, and are in a place where they're ready. So if you haven't met this person yet, it feels like that energy is starting to move towards you, and it's going to move towards you really quickly. This is somebody who's going to be really there for you, not someone who's going to let you down and make excuses about why they cheat or why they do what they do. We've all been there, believe me. But this internal stuff that's going on as you're releasing that past situation and closing out that cycle could cloud your judgment a little bit. So be cautious of that. Be aware of the fact that not every person is alike, and that even if they have some similar qualities, red flags are one thing. When you have been hurt so many times or had difficult situations, you could also mistake someone's action as something else. So it's a fine balance between, is this a red flag or is this somebody who is genuine? And I think you'll know the difference, but they're saying, just don't get it twisted. Don't confuse one person for another. That's why it's healthier to close out the one cycle before you get into a new one. And be sure, because if you're still angry and ranting about the ex in the comments, then that means you're not over them. The difference between love and hate, or the opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. So you wouldn't care. You'd just be like, yeah, whatever, that's over. Okay? That's when you know that energy is still attached to you and you haven't completely shut the door, when you still have that much anger built up. So no judgment. Again, we've all been there. But in this case, they're saying make sure that you don't accuse one of being like the other if they have some kind of similarity. Haha. And then comes my favorite, good old-fashioned narcissist card. So What you had dealt with in the past is not going to be what you deal with in the future. So make sure that you think about that before you jump to any kind of conclusions about this person's actions. Okay, so I'm going to clear this and we'll look into whoever's on your mind. Think about that person for just a sec. These candles smell really good. They're like, I don't know, it's like blueberry. All right. This is for Leo. Tell me about their person's energy and their energy. All right, so we have their energy. Now, this could be different from what I talked about if you haven't met a new person. The Five of Wands, clearly, if you've already met this person, that's why you're looking at this part. The Five of Pentacles in reverse, the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, and the Hierophant is their energy. Yours is the Two of Wands, the Tower in reverse, the Page of Wands, and the Sun in reverse. There you are. Now, the energies that I picked up on in the main reading, we had a lot of fire energy. So you could be dealing with your own sign, Leo, Sag, Aries. I also sent Scorpio, as well as Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Overall energy is the Seven of Wands in reverse. So there's a tremendous amount of vulnerability, either on your part, their part. It feels like combined energy. Like when you're together, there's a sense of connection and openness, but this person has their own issues. So the Five of Wands doesn't necessarily mean that there's arguing. It could be competitiveness. In other words, they feel like they have to compete for your attention, or at times they may seem to put you in a place where you have to. Now, they do not want to walk away from you. So right now, are they being patient? Not particularly. Could this be somebody that you've had a higher level relationship with or a marriage? Yes. Could they have already walked away? Absolutely. And you're curious about what's going on right now. In that case, I'm going to tell you that I don't feel like this person's going to wait. They may hold off because they've got their own stuff going on. There's some difficulty with them. I don't think it has anything to do with you. It's their own stuff. It's just really strong. They could be going through their own awakening and needing to like find solace within counseling or church or something of that sort. Now, your energy is the Two of Wands with the Tower in reverse, the Page of Wands, and the Sun in reverse. So this tells me that you've thought long and hard about your future. If this has already fallen apart, there's a part of you that's asking yourself, do I really want to start this again because I wasn't happy? So if this is somebody that you're interested in, but you're not sure if you want to engage, I'd say for those of you that are in that position, probably not. Most of you are in a place where you want something new and passionate that's going to bring you joy in your life. So in this case, it seems like there's a bit of strain, but we'll see what the romance angels and the possible outcome have to say for you. All right. This is for Leo. All right, that feels right. We've got new love, which I picked up on in the main engagement, getting to know each other, and flirt. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. So some of you may have and maybe not yet. This tells me that if you're releasing this energy, that this is what's coming towards you. New love, a new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Engagement, your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Getting to know each other as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. And then flirt, extend your lighthearted energy. So for those of you closing this one out, something new is coming. I said that in the main reading. Now, for those of you who really love this person, they've got work to do. So if you want to be patient and wait, or you could have walked away from them and they felt left out in the cold. And maybe you're still just kind of on the fence about whether they're going to work on themselves or not. If that's the case, and let's see what the outcome. I want to give you every possible scenario. I feel like there's a lot of overthinking going on. This is for Leo. Okay. We have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, The Five of Cups in reverse. Yeah, Three of Pentacles in reverse, and the Six of Swords. So this just feels like a cycle that needs to close out that hasn't yet because of the pain that it's caused. And the possible third parties, this in reverse just tells me that some things have already started to move forward. So if you've separated or left this person and it was a marriage, then it feels like that process has already started, and it looks like you're going to be moving into a much more relaxed and calm place. So I do see an energy of moving away from it and something new coming. And I sense for a lot of you, that's really what you want. Okay, so let's get the romance angels. This is for Leo. There we go. Okay. This is the one. Let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. That's for those of you who want to wait to see if things can resolve themselves. And then we have balance. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. Okay. So let's get the wisdom of the oracle. A few last messages for you from Spirit. This is for Leo. So we have no place like home, breathe, here and now, why, and never ending story. That's what I feel like. This is, whether you are done with this person and have been for a long time, it feels like something is really trying to come into your life and start anew. And that old story has to end. Because even if you've had a series of yucky relationships, which a lot of people who go on a spiritual journey have, because they want to understand why. That's the why card. It's asking, why did they have to happen? Because you had to learn a lot of very painful lessons to get to this place. And then that cycle closes once you're open to being on this path, and then good things start to happen. And people come into your life that are going to reflect back to you how great you feel and how independent you are, or how much you love yourself. That's what's going to reflect back to you. So this is coming to an end for new beginnings. Now, for those of you who have had a tough situation, you could have had to split a home. A home situation could definitely have come into play. This is all about big changes. So you could have some type of change happening around your home at this time. And then we have breathe. Take a deep breath. That's an 11. That's being at peace with yourself. It's not just about a twin flame or a soulmate journey. It's being that for yourself. So finding that serenity within. And then we have here and now, which is all we have, is right here in this moment. And I try to tell people as much as I possibly can, staying in the present moment is what's going to get you through, because this moment is what you have. So enjoy it now. When your mind is wandering into the past and into the future, you can't enjoy what you have right here and now. As hard as things may be, and I know for a lot of you there could be difficult situations going on, but that's why they brought out the breathe card, to just breathe through it and know how powerful and strong you are, and that you'll get through this the same way you've gotten through any other difficult time in your life. Okay, guys, I hope that helped. Thank you so much for sticking with me. And again, thank you for all of your likes, shares, comments, and subscribes. I really do appreciate it. If you would like a personal reading, that's in the description box below. I hope you guys have a good week, and I'll see you in the next one. Lots of love. Take care. Bye.